Assalamu alaikum everybody, this is Mr. Muddathir from Legacy School and this is ICT Year 7 and this is part 2 of presenting information. And today we're going to talk about the things that you are going to put on a presentation, which means information, images and sound. In this unit you will learn how to select appropriate information and put into a slideshow, select appropriate images and put into a slideshow, select appropriate sound to put into a slideshow. Purpose and audience. Earlier we looked mainly at the design of slides. In this unit we start to think more about the content of slides. The content is the actual information that is presented in the slideshow. We will look at how to decide what information, images and sounds to use in a slideshow, depending on its purpose and audience. You have probably seen some slideshows yourself and thought, why are they telling me this? I don't understand that slide, and there is too much information, I can't take it all in. Just like in this picture, you don't want to be presenting something and you don't want the audience to be asking, what's he on about? If this has happened to you, it's because whoever did the slideshow did not think carefully enough about the purpose and audience. When you create a slideshow, the two questions you should ask yourself are, what is this for? Purpose. Who is this for? Audience. Selecting information. You need to decide what you want to tell people and how much information to give them. You also need to decide how you want to tell them. This will depend on the purpose and the audience. For example, let's say you were asked to do a presentation to your friends called What I Did Last Summer. Now imagine you had to present it to your parents and teachers. Would you change any of the information? Sometimes you have a lot of information to tell people about in your presentation. If this is the case, you might have to edit the information or summarize it so that there is not too much. Selecting images. Carefully choosing images may help your audience understand what you're telling them much better than words can. They can also bring a presentation to life. Look at the two slides on the next page. Which describe what a computer tower and keyboard are. Which one is easier to understand? There are all sorts of images available. You can have cartoon style graphics such as the ones in the clip art libraries. You can have images that you have scanned. You can use photographs that you have taken yourself or found on the internet. Many images belong to people that created them. This is called copyright. You're not allowed to use someone else's images unless you have asked them first. When choosing images, you need to think about various things. What type of images should I use? Is the image relevant to what I'm presenting? Does the image show exactly what I want it to? Does it need cropping or resizing? Have you used too many images? Am I allowed to use this image or does it belong to someone else? Should I say where I got the image from? Badly chosen images can make a presentation look really bad, so choose carefully. Selecting sounds. Sound is a great way of adding impact to your presentation. You should select sound in the same way as you do images. This means thinking about what sounds are relevant to the presentation and asking yourself the same questions as you ask about images. You can record sounds yourself. Get them from a CD or a DVD, or from the internet. Some clip art libraries have some sounds too. As with images, you need to know who actually owns the sound clip. For example, you're not allowed to create a copy of a chart CD and use that in your presentation without asking whoever owns the copyright. The same way goes when you download a song from the iTunes or Spotify or whatever audio streaming software or website. You need to ask yourself, is it okay for me to use that sound or does it belong to someone else? Refining a presentation for a different audience. Adapt an existing presentation for a different audience. In this part, you look at an existing presentation and then change it so that it'll appeal to a completely different audience. For example, the summer fun holiday company that we looked at in the last unit has different types of holidays. Some for older people, some for families, some for young adults, and some for children. A presentation for older people would be very different to one that they did for young adults. The information would be different, and so would the design of the slideshow. Thinking about audience. A good exercise is thinking about different audiences to compare a young audience, your age, to an old audience, your parents' age. Older people tend to like presentations that do not use too many colors, have a consistent layout, are well written with no slang, have clear, good-sized fonts. Younger people tend to like presentations that are colorful, have lots of graphics and sounds, are written in a less formal style, have a range of fancy fonts. This is not a full list, and you may be able to think of other features that might appeal to people your age that would not appeal to older people. For example, have you noticed how your teacher hates typing in text language? Adapting a presentation. Look at the slide shown in figure 1. It's part of a slideshow about a school trip. A year 7 pupil created it to show to her classmates. You can see that the pupil has used lots of bright colors, used lots of different font styles and colors, written it in a chatty way using some slang words and a spelling mistake, included some information that's not really relevant, made an image out of shapes. If the pupil was asked to adapt this slide to show to an adult audience, she might use fewer colors, add a more suitable image, rewrite it in a more formal style, delete the irrelevant information. The finished slide would look more like the one shown in figure 2. Well, this is it for now. We have finished the part 2 of presenting information, and I think from the next lesson, inshallah, we will start with practical lessons, practical ICT lessons. Well, we did a great job so far. If you have any questions, please do use the add button on Seesaw, and right away send me all of your inquiries. Till the next lesson, take good care. Bye.